Hello, Michael. That's it, right. How are you? All right? I'm yeah, obviously looking at the Mormons in southern France. They've have Mary Magdalene's body, so the Mother Mary, landed in Gaul in southern France, which is interesting. So I wonder if she had any more children after she landed there. She would have been. I mean, Jesus was 30, I believe, when he sadly passed away and resurrected. So he never died anyway. So he's resurrected. So she could have had another child. So she could have been 14 or 15, unless in the biblical text it says she was a bit older than that. So I mean, ladies at 45, around just before that age, still have children. I think some people had children in their 50s, you know, it's been known. But so it's quite feasible Mary could have had other children. But it's so interesting. What's interesting is this, could her, if she had children, could they have travelled to England? We've obviously on the south coast of England, in Dorset, Hampshire area. There's a few ports there, and one's actually called Christ Church. So I think you'll see where I'm going. So there's a town with a river. It actually goes to Horton Heath, funny enough, sort of that direction. Well, I saw those sort of angels or those spiritual things above the trees. So there's a place called Christ Church in Dorset, which I visited. A nice lady took me there for a day out along the river. So, so it's like another Da Vinci Code, really. So she landed in Gaul, which is in southern France, and the Mormons, I think the Mormons have got her remains or something. It's supposed to be a cave. She's supposed to have stayed in a cave or something. I should imagine she would have been around early 40s, 45 or something like that, because I believe Yeshua passed away aged 30, I believe. I'm sure I read that somewhere. So it's quite feasible she could have had other children, and obviously her the children that she's had, they'd be of holy blood. Obviously Mary, well, certainly they will be holy blood, because obviously the good God conceived through her with Jesus. So I should imagine any child following Jesus would be just as holy. This includes, you know, sons and the daughters. But anyway, let's get to the French connection. Not that film, not the movie. Let's get to the French connection. So, say she did land, she had other children. It's very like the Da Vinci Code, so it's all quite feasible. So she landed in Gaul, and we know that Mormons, I think they look after the tomb and the cave and all that. So yeah, it's a lot of miracles down that area as well. I mean, you got Saint Bernadette or Lourdes, now you got Mary Magdalene down there as well. So a lot of holy things have happened in that area, southern France, and obviously you got Montségur as well, and all the rest of the Holy Grail stories with the Cathars. Yeah, so it's making interesting thoughts. I mean, obviously, what I saw at there's nothing to say that her aunt, you know, if she had some children, they could have made it to England via Christchurch. I mean, that's quite an early medieval town. So there's certainly, I'm not sure. Oh, yeah. So anyway, I saw those holy figures. I saw those holy figures at Dorset, at Horton Heath. Oh, it's really strange, but and a lot of French. There's a load of French nuns. There's a load of French nuns over many years escaped France because of religious persecution. So there's a load of French nuns escaped southern France, and obviously Mary Magdalene. Did she have some children? Did she have a son and a daughter, what have you? And we obviously on the south coast of England, we got a port called Christchurch. So you can see where I'm going. And of course we had loads of French nuns escaping the religious persecution in France. So I don't know if there's a bit of Catholic persecution and Protestant persecution. Sorry, Catholic and Protestant persecution, that's what I was going to say. So there's obviously a lot of persecution. So yeah, so Mary Magdalene landed in Gaul. She may have had other children, a boy or girl or whatever. I mean, there's a lot of things, obviously. There's a lot of Providence, that's a part of France. There's a lot of myths and mystery there. And yeah, so she could have had another boy or another girl, and that's it. Then the generations following from that, you know. And I mean, it's possible she could have got to England via Christchurch in Dorset. It even ended up in the Horton Heath area. That's what I can't understand. I've got a tree line. So imagine a tree line, and at Horton Heath, the trees are really quite high. So if any locals are watching, they know they're quite tall trees. They're quite tall trees at Horton Heath. So it's, you know, it's feasible. It's feasible that she landed in southern France at Providence. Then from there she stayed. The Mormons have actually, there's a cave, she's supposed to stay in a cave. So yeah, so that I don't think the story ended. So it obviously there was a lot of, obviously it was eventually Catholic and Protestant. Then it all went from there, you know, and obviously the Cathars were about then. Obviously in well, at least known from the 1100 or something, or the year 1100, let's say. So the story has not ended, you know. So Jesus could have had a brother later on, or a sister. Yeah, so that's an interesting theory. But the Mormons are looking after her as a cave or the tomb in that area. And of course, we've got the miracles of Bernadette Sibarius, if I pronounce that right. And obviously, she was obviously speaking to the Mother Mary in southern France. So that's what the old Catholic story is about. So Mother Mary speaking to Bernadette Sibarius, and of course the Holy Mother landed in Gaul in southern France anyway. Yeah, so I mean, what I saw at Horton Heath, it certainly looks like the Holy Mother. And do you know what? I thought, because she's in yellow, yeah. So Mary Magdalene's in yellow, and if it's Yeshua, Jesus, is in a sort of a white clothing with a green sort of band on it. So yeah, so it's white clothing with a green band. So yeah, that was interesting. So you know, let's imagine that's Horton Heath, and I've got photographs of these figures moving above the tree line. So above the tree line. So it's really odd. Are we going to have alien visitors going to project, you know, sort of our Christ and our Mother Mary across the tree line? Very unlikely. I would say it's spiritual. We're really brainwashed, you know, like with the Nimitz, you know, the USS Nimitz, the aircraft carrier, and the drones and things like that. I mean, I've seen a lot of orbs. They're orbs like spiritual orbs. Orbs are something to do with death, sadly. And yeah, so I like the tree of life. So the old trees over there. I like the tree of life. Yeah, so it's a thought, you know. So Mary Magdalene landed in southern France, and the story continues. Perhaps the Mormons know quite a bit. They must have paid a lot of money to settle down in that area. So I'm going to have to look into what the Mormons have got there, what sort of area, and that. So it's obviously special to the Mormons. It's really special to the Mormons. I was going to send the Mormons the pictures that I took above the old tree line at Horton Heath. This is obviously a place in Hampshire, so I'm not at Horton Heath. So yeah, I mean, I've had some people poo-poo it, you know, sort of, but it's true. I saw these objects above the tree line, and they look like nuns or holy figures. And Ferndown, that area of Dorset, is well known for nuns. They escaped France to England. So, and I wouldn't be surprised, among the nuns that escaped to safety in England because of the religious troubles, I wouldn't be surprised one of them was be related to the Holy Mother. So she's, you know, very likely to have other children. I mean, those things don't appear on the tree line for no reason. So the old big boss up then, no, I'm going to continue on this. I'm going to get further evidence. I'm certainly going to continue and keep researching, keep looking into it. I'm not going to give up. So I've got 200 pictures of these figures going across the tree line at Horton Heath, and it's near a nunnery. I mean, what else do you want? It's near a nunnery, and there was something large that landed as well. So obviously that's in my UFO arena. But it looked like, I don't know, this big object. It looked like it had like a giant, like an egg timer. So obviously the egg timers and stuff like that's probably an Arabic or sort of invention. Yeah, so it's this. But I've got pictures. People might think I'm crazy, but I actually took loads of pictures. So yeah, it's really strange, but that's it. I've got pictures. People can't argue about that. I've got some grief in another group. I've got a bit of grief in another group. Yeah, so from this particular guy, it really made me angry, I tell you. But I just come out of it. I can't be bothered. And this guy works for the NHS in a hospital, and some of the stuff he come out with, and of course he had the jab as well, so he's, and he's trolling people in these UFO groups. So some chap who is this group, I'm not going to say what group it is, they got UFO footage and all sorts of stuff like that. So God knows what's going on in his head. So I don't know, I can't see it being MOD or military, but yeah, I got trolled by this guy in the NHS. So yeah, crazy. But yeah, every other object that people's posted in the group's okay, except mine. They got a real problem with my objects and my pictures of those holy figures above the tree line. This is I'm in Hampshire. This is not Horton Heath here. That's an amazing place. I'm going to get a team of ufologists. We're going to go back there probably around the same time. So I'm going to get a good team of ufologists. I know some. I've got contacts in Dorset area anyway. Really good ufologists, and of course the guys who saw what at the Petersfield sighting. There was 9 of us there. There was 9 ufologists. There's 9 ufologists at Butts the Hill. Yeah, seriously guys, there's 9 of us. So we're going to get a team together, and we're going to go to Horton Heath. We'll probably go up Butts the Hill again. So obviously when the weather gets better. Yeah, all this Nimitz and the Tic Tacs and all that. What a load of rubbish. Orbs are just pure energy and light. When God created the earth, he said, let there be light. So all they are, orbs are just light, energy, light. And all this blooming Tic Tacs and all these old big UFOs are landing and what have you. I think a lot of it's the spiritual events. Seriously, guys, I think a lot of stuff we see is holy or spiritual. And we're just probably conned in by the devil. Saying UFOs, these objects, and so they may be work of the devil, these strange objects, a lot of them, demonic forces and that, I did see something that resembled an alien grey at Horton Heath. So one of my ufologist friends, he said, oh, that's alien grey, so, but he's quite reliable, so that's strange as well. Plus they're entities, like not spiritual entities, or demonic entities getting into our system, Not into me, so don't worry. I believe in Jesus and Mother Mary, so they're certainly not going to get into me. Yeah, so yeah, really strange. Oh, my holy friend Michael in Sweden, he was a attacked verbally really bad by the Orthodox Church, whatever, by these guys, supposedly from the Orthodox Church. But then I was thinking, was they really Orthodox? I'm going to have to tell Michael this. Were they really Orthodox? They could be demonic. They could be demonic forces. I can't see Orthodox people. If someone's talking about religion, Jesus, Mother Mary, the disciples, you know, the Gnostic story and everything that comes with it, why would you want to be hostile? You know, I can't see that. I can see that someone doing a bit of mischief, or a group of people, like the group I was in, this UFO group I was in. So yeah, and obviously there's a lot of people who don't believe in God. They're just trying. I mean, all the churches. I just said the Archbishop of Canterbury. You know, is it Justin Welby? I said all the churches are empty. You've emptied them. No one, you know, Protestants in the UK, people are not going to church. And you know, you've got Fatima, miracle in Portugal. You've got Bernadette Soubirous, some in France, a miracle with she saw the Holy Mother. We actually got Joan of Arc, God speaking to her, God speaking to, or the Holy Mother speaking to Bernadette. Fatima, their mass sighting, you know. So yeah, there's all these miracles, and so obviously what I saw at Horton Heath is a miracle, and that should be up with the Fatima story. That should be up with the Joan of Arc story. Yeah, perhaps God's not speaking to me in my head. Perhaps God sends pictures. I'm a ufologist, so back in obviously Joan of Arc's time, the only communication is direct, you know? And yeah, so yeah, it's just amazing what I saw going across the tree line. I've got 200 pictures, and that includes a large object. Of course, some of me trolls have said, "Oh, that's a Chinook." What a load of rubbish! You know it's not a Chinook, and they just don't. There's people who don't want this to get out, you know. So England's not had a miracle. England's not had a miracle story, and I got 200 pictures of effectively it's a miracle. Yeah, and I got some footage as well. So, we can't have that, you know. We can't have the Mother Mary appearing in England, and possibly Yeshua as well. There's a male figure, and obviously the Catholic Church has a Trinity, and it's near the Catholic Church, so I should be telling the Pope, really. And obviously, because I'm a Catholic, we're a bit weary of the Pope. That's because I'm a Catholic. But that's it. It was near a nunnery. Assuming it's a Catholic nunnery, it may not be Catholic. So there's certainly a lot of French. There was a lot of French nuns landed, loads of them in Dorset, escaping the problems in France between the Protestants and the Catholics. You know, from I think as a sort of late 1600s and the 1700s. And a lot of them came to England, and they're still here. You know, there's quite a few nunneries and places like that. So yeah, I believe there's still God. There is a God. That's right. You know, and all this nimitz, I was saying earlier, all this nimitz rubbish. It's a tic-tac. What a load of rubbish. I think there is demonic objects and obviously spiritual things. People prefer to say it's a UFO, that it's an alien or something like that, but I don't know. So if you see some strange beings, they may be demonic, you know. They may be demonic rather than they come from another planet and whatever, you know, or another dimension. So, yeah, so God, who's created the world and everything over a number of days and that, you know, obviously didn't create alien visitors and stuff like that. Yeah, perhaps the demonic or Satan perhaps can create demons that look like aliens and whatever. I mean, I've seen a lot of orbs and things, these strange mists and faces in them or whatever. Of course, you don't get any help, you know. I mean, I'm taking pictures of all this strange stuff. I'm not getting any help, you know. I swear the MOD looks at my stuff, but there's no one coming to me and saying, "Oh, let's interested." There's no one, you know, well-renowned scientists coming to me and say, "Oh, let's have a look at your pictures," and you know, I want to help. I'm seeing this stuff. I want help. You know, and I'm taking, especially at Horton Heath. What have I got there? So basically, what I've got there is a miracle in England. You know, equivalent to, Joan of Arc and Bernadette Soubirous, seeing these holy figures going above the old tree line at Horton Heath, and there's no doubt about it. You know, I should send this to GB News or the BBC, whatever, you know. But yes, there's certain, perhaps, you know, there's 4,200 religions, perhaps it may upset some, so, yeah, I'm obviously censored, you know. And I had a visitation when I was about 12 years of age. I thought there was something demonic in my bedroom when I was young. But yeah, and as a child I was that scared, I just kept saying Yeshua. Well, not Yeshua, I was saying Jesus over and over again, because this horrible entity was in the bedroom. And that was near Portsdown Hill, because there's all the, back in the, you know, you had the IBMs and the sort of early computers and that, and all that radio down here. All these military bases up there in the 70s, and people were saying in Pompey and up Portsdown Hill, loads of odd things happening. That's when they were doing their frequencies and sonar and radar, Marconi, you know. I did a bit of work for Marconi, you know, and IBM, so it's, yeah, we live in a strange world. And there's answers to all this, you know. Is the military bringing in these things, you know, are they experimenting? Is the military experimenting with stuff which they shouldn't be, or certainly with frequencies? So yeah, so they're probably, we don't know what our UK government does, you know. I'm gonna look up Salisbury, what happened there, you know. I know it's supposed to have been these two Russian guys or something, but it's all strange. It's all strange. And a perfume bottle or something found in the park at Salisbury. And obviously everyone knows Portland Down is nearby, so that's odd. So was it an employee? You know, you think, oh, they never mentioned it. It could have been an employee, took something out of there. Yeah, I was doing ages ago. I was doing some work. I was doing some work in Reading, what have you. And obviously, I haven't got much on now. But yeah, and we were passing Aldermaston, and they, you know, hopefully they vet a lot of these people. So, you know, if you're at Portland Down, hopefully they get vetted. You know, these mystery bottles in the park. And obviously Aldermaston at the nuclear place. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, crazy. We've got obviously MI5 and the secret intelligence, was it Cheltenham place up there? So yeah, so I hopefully the UK is secure. Say a bottle, was it or whatever it was with the not the virus, yeah, that's another thing strange, you know, the old COVID virus. I mean, where did that come from? What laboratory did that come from? That didn't come out of Portland, did it? Or you know, did it really come from a lab at Wuhan, or did it come from Ukraine? I don't know, there's so many questions, and people are suspicious, you know. So it's really odd. So there you go, guys, talking about a bit of religion, something a bit more cheerful, you know. And obviously, yeah, so security, you know. I don't know if a lot of you may not know this. Did you know there was a crop circle after the old Salisbury chemical attack? There was a crop circle appeared with the chemical hazard sign, you know, among the crop. And how the security services didn't notice some guys doing making a big crop circle near Salisbury. Unbelievable. So yeah, it's a strange world, guys. And I do read a lot of conspiracy books, but there's so many things, there's so many unanswered things over the years, you know. Oh no, there's so much. If you look back through history, I mean, I was starting to buy conspiracy books. You know, you can fill a conspiracy book nowadays. You know, all this strange stuff, and that's crazy. Anyway, I'm going to end this now, and I'm going to download it. Take care, guys. Bye.